Yo, what's good? It's Demibby from Main Sounds. Today I'll be showing you the process of making a vintage jazz sample from our Volume 3 multi-kit. This multi-kit has a variety of samples in which you can use in your productions. Make sure to check out the description to go get it. This is what this sample sounds like. This sample was initially a starter idea from Kevin, which I arranged to make the arrangement more complex. After sequencing his starter, I added a bass line using Moto Bass 2 to make a jumpy bass line. The effects I processed it with are Altiverb, Parametric EQ2, UAD Need Preamp, CLA76, Child Tape, and Ampex ATR 102. After programming in a bass line, I added an intro synth solo using the Keybase plugin with no processing. Next, I loaded in a couple brush drums from Contact and processed them individually with EQs and transient masters. I took my drums and Kevin's starter percussion and routed those to another mixer and processed them with Ampex ATR 102. Next, I added some horns from Native Instrument session horns to add some subtle movement to the lower mids. I processed the horns with Altiverb, CLA76 compression, and EQ. Next, I made a bubbly organ patch in Arteria's B3 plugin, and I used it for the intro for a rich harmonic content and towards the middle of the composition for a jumpy rhythm. I affected the organ with Altiverb and EQ. Next, I added a vibraphone in the intro of the sample to set that easy listening jazzy tone, performing a solo of the melody at first. Then some block chords. I processed the vibraphone with just EQ to boost its presence in the mix. During the middle of the composition, I added a lush string section composed of Bohemian violins and Metropolis arc strings. I processed the strings with just EQ to enhance certain frequencies of each patch. Next, I played in a flute solo which I played in phrase by phrase to take the sample over the top. For the flute, I used Orange Tree Passion Flute and I processed it with CLA76, Parametric EQ, and Altiverb 7 to push it a little bit back in the mix. Next, I played in some acoustic guitars. I processed the guitars with EQ, Altiverb, CLA76, and Ampex ATR 102. Lastly, towards the end of the composition, I sang some vocals and I mimicked the female tone by putting the pitch mode on Stretch Pro and pitch shifted it up an octave to retain the formants. For the master, I use pitch wheel to tune the sample up 50 cents, then I put on virtual mix rack for saturation, Reactor 6 VHS audio degradation suite, followed by Ampex ATR 102, Abbey Road Vinyl, Echo Cat, and EQ, this custom patcher preset I made to jitter the pitch, and another EQ to brighten the mix, and an Evolve compressor at the end. If there's any advice you could take from this video, it is 1. Processing things to sound alike goes a long way with having everything blend well together. Example, all the use of multiverse and tape machines to glue the instrument sections together. 2. Arranging the sample to have space for each instrument by complexing the arrangement. I wouldn't like to have everything playing over and over and looping because I would want a majority of everything to have a spot somewhere in the composition. And 3. Having good sounds to begin with. Having quality sounds can really make or break a sample with good writing and arrangement. You wouldn't want lackluster sounds to influence the sound of your creation. And lastly, our volume-free multi-kit has a large analog lab bank, multiple sample breakdown videos, drum breaks, a drum kit, MIDI compositions, mixer presets, and much more to offer. The link to get it will be in the description. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching this video. See you in the next one.